What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the B-Dubs Movie Hub. Brian here, and I have a movie review for you today. So let's talk about 2014's It Follows in this really cool second sight edition. When carefree teenager Jay sleeps with her older boyfriend for the first time, she learns that she is the latest recipient of a fatal curse that has passed from victim to victim via sexual intercourse. Death, Jay learns, will creep inexorably toward her as either a friend, a stranger, or a family member. Jay's friends don't believe her seemingly paranoid ravings until they too begin to see the phantom assassins and band together to help her defend herself. So I did a little unboxing of this in my recent video where I got this along with a couple other releases from Second Sight. So I won't necessarily go through everything bit by bit here, but I will say this was a first time watch for me, and I absolutely loved this movie. I heard a lot about it basically through other YouTubers talking about it. I saw their unboxings of this, and I just thought it looked really good. This packaging looked awesome, so I had to get it. And so I watched it last weekend, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought the story was very unique. I got a lot of similarities from the movie Smile that came out a few years ago, so I can see how Smile drew a little bit of inspiration from It Follows. And you had that supernatural being that is kind of following the main character around. It Follows stars Micah Monroe as Jay, the main character, and then you have her friends Paul, played by Keir Gilchrist. If you haven't seen him in Atypical, I highly recommend it. It's a great show. Her sister Kelly, played by Lily Sepe, Yara, played by Olivia Liccardi, and the neighbor across the street, Greg, played by Daniel Zavato. So they all get together to help Jay through this basically scary event in her life. She's the only one that can see these entities coming after her. Nobody else can see them. Nobody believes her until things just start kind of get a little crazy. There's a scene where one of the entities actually hits Paul and he goes flying. So you kind of see how the characters start to believe her over time throughout the film. The overall cast here is really good. Micah Monroe, I had mentioned in a previous video that I had seen her first in Longlegs earlier this year. That was my first introduction to her. I thought she was great in that, and I thought she was fantastic in this one as well. The supporting cast here is really good. Keir Gilchrist plays Paul, who's basically in love with Jay. He's been friends with her forever, and you can tell that there is definitely feelings there. Plays a really good part here as well. And you have the supporting cast of her sister and the friend, and the neighbor across the street, Greg, who is kind of like that Johnny Depp character from A Nightmare on Elm Street. So it's kind of interesting to see some comparisons there with that movie. I did read through some of the essays in here, and there are definitely some comparisons that they talk about to some of those older classic horror movies like A Nightmare on Elm Street and even John Carpenter's The Thing. So I thought that was really good. There's 8 overall essays in here. Untrivial Pursuits. It unfollows how It Follows subverts teen horror conventions. The intangible monsters of teenage fears. In Pursuit of the Inevitable, It Follows and the Psychology of Death. Anxious Youth, the myth of the American sleepover as a precursor to It Follows. It Follows Sex, Death, and the Final Girl. It Follows the Unhappiness of Pursuit, and ongoing investigations into malevolent thought forms or sextopa. So yeah, I read a few of these. I didn't get to read all of them just yet, but I'm going to definitely go back and read the few that I didn't. I did read It Follows Sex, Death, and the Final Girl. I thought that was really cool. Talks a lot about basically sex in horror movies and how the virgin is usually the final girl in these movies, and this one is a little bit different because the main character has sex, and that's what gets her into the predicament that she's in. So I thought that was a really interesting read. There are a lot of special features on this release. If you can kind of see them here, I'll just run through them real quick. So you have the dual format edition, including both UHD and Blu-ray, with main features and bonus features on both discs. New 4K master produced by Second Sight Films, in the original post-production facility. Approved by director David Robert Mitchell. UHD presented in Dolby Vision HDR. New Dolby Atmos audio track produced by Second Sight Films. New audio commentary by Joshua Grimm. Audio commentary by Danny Lee and Mark Jankovic. Chasing Ghosts, a new interview with actor Keir Gilchrist. Following, a new interview with actor Olivia Lucardi. It's in the House, a new interview with producer David Kaplan. Posing a Masterpiece, a new interview with composer Rich Vreeland. A Girl's World, a new interview with production designer Michael Perry. It Follows, The Architecture of Loneliness, a video essay by Joseph Wallace. So there are a ton of special features on this for everybody who likes those types of add-ons to these movies. I haven't gone through and watched all of these just yet, but I plan to. I'll finish reading the book, and I'll go through and watch some of those special features. I do enjoy watching interviews with the actors and producers on films. I think it's a lot of fun to kind of see the insight and how they shoot these things. So I absolutely love this movie. It's probably going to be something that I watch again once in a while, just because it's really that good and that unique of a horror story. Like I said, I think Smile took a lot of a lot of the same ideas for that, and I liked Smile. There's nothing against that movie. I thought it was a really good movie. I have not seen the sequel to that one. I hear there will be a sequel to It Follows, probably sometime maybe here in 2025 coming up. Not sure it's needed, but overall I enjoyed it. I would definitely watch a sequel to this one. Let me know your thoughts on It Follows down in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I am on Letterboxd, where I do little reviews on there. I'm on Instagram and Facebook as well, so I'll post the link to all those down in the description below. Thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you next time.